Kids' TV shows are supposed to be fun, educational, and comforting. But every now and then, some characters manage to sneak past the censors and straight into our nightmares. Today, I'm counting down 5 kids' TV characters so creepy, so bizarre, they haunted us long after the credits rolled. Let's dive
Something
right
I've been
in.
looking for would have
The
fallen
Empty
from the sky
Child.
about a
In the
month ago, but not a
2005
bomb.
Doctor
Not the
Who
usual kind
episodes,
anyway.
The
Wouldn't
Empty
have
Child,
expected.
audiences were introduced to a small boy in a gas mask wandering through the dark
When was
streets
the
of
last one
World
you
War II London. He
came out the
repeated
back? Who came
one
in the front?
chilling line over and over.
Did you close the door?
Are you my mummy? On paper, it sounds almost harmless, but the eerie gas mask fused permanently to his face turned him into one of the most disturbing figures in children's television. What made The Empty Child so terrifying wasn't just the visual of the mask itself. It was the idea that his condition was contagious. The mix of childhood innocence and wartime horror created a character that unsettled both kids and adults, proving that sometimes the scariest monsters aren't the obvious villains. Nosy Bunk. In the early 1980s, British children's show Jigsaw introduced a silent character named Nosy Bunk. He wore a white mask with exaggerated features, a fixed grin, and a long pointed nose. Unlike the colorful, cheerful mascots we usually associate with children's programming, Nosy Bunk said nothing. He simply appeared, smiling, staring, and moving in ways that felt off. The result was deeply unsettling. Masks are already difficult for children to process because you can't read emotions or connect with the person beneath them. Nosy bunks and moving face and strange, silent antics created an atmosphere that was less playful and more like something out of a nightmare. For many kids, just seeing him pop up on screen was enough to send them running out of the room.
Oh, look at that one.
The
That one's
Puppets from
really
Peppermint Park.
nice.
In the late
Yeah, that's
1980s, a
great.
low
Watch
budget American
this.
show
Oh.
called Peppermint Park tried to ride the success of Sesame Street. Instead, it ended up producing some of the creepiest puppets ever seen on children's television. Their sniff movement, hollow eyes, and awkwardly flopping mouths made them look like horror props than lovable characters. The problem was that they straddled the uncanny valley, too human-like to be cartoonish, but too unnatural to feel safe or familiar. Combined with poor lighting, cheap set, and unsettling voices, puppets gave off a vibe that was more nightmare fuel than educational fun. It's no surprise that clips of Peppermint Park still circulate online today, not as nostalgia, but as a perfect example of unintentional horror. EC. The Faceless Doll. Australia's 1990s children's show Lift Off introduced a doll named Easy. Unlike most dolls, Easy had no defined facial features. Instead, the face was a blank piece of cloth with faint indentions where eyes and a mouth might be. The idea behind Easy was that the doll could represent every child, allowing kids to project themselves onto it. But in reality, the result was disturbing. A faceless character taps directly into the fear of the unknown. Without a mouth, eyes, or expression, children couldn't read emotions or connect with Easy in the way they could with other puppets or toys. What was meant as a symbol of universality turned into something alien and uncanny. To this day, Easy is remembered less as an educational tool and more as an intentional source of nightmares. The mascots from Mommy Jai Abbott. In the late 1970s, Estonian television produced a children's show called Mommy Jai Abbott. The show featured adult performers in oversized animal costumes. At first glance, this might sound similar to Barney or the Muppets, but the execution was far stranger. The animal heads were fixed and emotionless, while the performers' human mouths were visible inside, moving awkwardly as they spoke. The result was a bizarre hybrid of mascot suit and human face. The blank, staring eyes of the costumes combined with the exposed mouths created a deep unsettling effect. For children, the characters didn't feel friendly or approachable. They felt alien, uncanny, and impossible to look away from. Decades later, the footage still feels more like something from a horror short than a kid's educational program. So there you have it. Five children's TV characters that were supposed to entertain, but instead terrified entire generations. From blank faces to creepy puppets, it's amazing how something designed for kids could be so haunting. I want to hear from you. Which of these characters freak you out the most? Or is there another one that deserves to be on this list? Drop your answers in the comments.